Obviously, the season isn't what we wanted on a whole level, but individually, RJ Barrett has begun to step up as a go-to player for the New York Knicks. Novak, just talk to me about the growth and the progression of RJ throughout this entire season, of what you've noticed the most.
No question. I do think that he has had a year where he had a little bit of a coming out party, where you saw the ball in his hands more. And I think rightfully so. I think that's part of the growth that has to happen for this team is there has to be a foundation. There has to be a Julius Randle, an RJ Barrett, these guys that are the foundation for this team, given more opportunities, playing big minutes like tonight, 45 minutes. He has to continue to get better. And I do think as the season went on, you saw him have big games, be a facilitator. When Randle was out, he certainly was more assertive. And his efficiency, I think we heard it in the postgame. Monica, you were talking about it. Wally was talking about it. Allen. He has to just continue to get better. You see it with stars around the league. You keep thinking there's a cap, that a guy is as good as he can get. Can he score more? But there is always room. You see it with a guy like Jokic. You see it with a guy like Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, even Kevin Durant. He's got 4 scoring titles, and he's still getting better. And so when I think you look at the New York Knicks, they're still young. They need to continue to focus on the guys like RJ Barrett, get him better in the offseason. He's clearly a driven, motivated guy that's been given the keys to this team. And so it's been great to see him get better, but I think there's still a long way to go for him.
I would agree with you, Novi, but he sounds like a guy that's willing to keep the course. It's not just sounds. He's shown to be a guy that's willing to stay the course in terms of that long journey. But let's talk about it. This team may or may not look different next year. What would be a top need in your mind that needs to be addressed?
You know, I think that to me the top need for sure is a pass-first, hard-nosed point guard.
Absolutely.
I just think when you look at it, we talk about a guy like RJ Barrett, his ability to relax and score. Of course, he can handle the ball. He can bring it up. He can do those things. But there are good teams in this league that there are guys that simply play their role because they have so many other good guys on their team. And so they let parts of their game go a little bit. So I think him out on the wing, him getting touches in the mid-post, him spotting up and getting some of those shooting percentages a little bit higher. Not only him, but a guy like Randle, guys running the wings, the big fellas today. I thought Toppin and Sims, with it, they played, getting those guys the ball in the right spot and being motivated to run the floor. No, it's an equal opportunity offense. I just think ball movement, getting everybody touches. I think, to be honest, that's really what got Brooklyn the win tonight was the ball moved for them. They made some shots. They got the win.
And you also got 2 guys that are really, really good at basketball named Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
Really good.
That helps a lot. But Novi, the season is almost over, and in honor of the Grammy Awards this past weekend, we're about to give away some Novis. So
I would have worn some glitter if I had known.
I know. I would have dressed up for the occasion. You know? But Novi, let's get to it. Your MVP for the Novi. Oh, there it is.
A little flex, shall we?
A little white flex
Emmy.
right there.
Okay. We see you.
I paid for this. I paid for this Emmy. It's a regional Emmy, and they said, congratulations, you won for your work on Bucks Live pre- and post-game. It'll be $240 if you would like to purchase it. And damn right I paid for it,
Damn
folks.
I was
right.
gonna say.
I'm paying the same thing when we
I
get
was
our
about to say,
MSG.
whatever the
When we get our
inflation is in
MSG
New York,
Emmy,
we paying it.
Paying for it. Novi, your MVP. Who you got?
My MVP is Giannis, and the reason it's Giannis is because not only does he have the Bucks in a great spot, they won the championship last year, but similar to what we just talked about with RJ Barrett, looking at other stars around the league, the best players in this league, Giannis is dramatically better than he was last year. He's got this team right where he wants them. He's running the top 3 and scoring the ball. He was Defensive Player of the Year and MVP a couple years ago. He's been Finals MVP. He's an NBA champ. He's making his free throws at a rate we haven't seen. He's shooting the 3 ball at times, late in games, when he needs to win games, really, really well. And so to me, there's the Jokic's, there's the Embiid's, there's the Kevin Durant's, there's the Bookers. It's clearly subjective. All these guys should be in the conversation. But Giannis, MVP 2 years ago, champion last year, I think he's better than he has been the last 2 years.
He is better than he was last year, which is scary. Continue.
Novi, Rookie of the Year. Who you got?
For Rookie of the Year, I've got Evan Mobley from Cleveland. And I just think, for me, similar to how Giannis is MVP because he's offensive, he's defensive, it's not just one-sided. He's leading his team. Cleveland needs him to be great offensively, to be great defensively, and he has been, especially for a 20-year-old guy. His presence He's been banged up. He's been out with an ankle injury lately. But while he's been out, I think very telling, Cleveland has struggled. And so his presence, when you look at an MVP type award for rookies, Rookie of the Year, who is this team without Evan Mobley? They're just not as good, and I think it's telling when you're only 20 years old.
Are you a basketball analyst in your side job? This is pretty good stuff.
Pretty good stuff, pretty decent. Those two awards were very hard to decide, but I feel like I know who this one is. Who's your Coach of the Year this year?
Coach of the Year for me is Taylor Jenkins. He is a big-time coach that I think was very much under the radar, and to be honest, I think still is. But I think it is hands down Taylor Jenkins. What he's got Ja Morant, the Memphis Grizzlies doing, it's not just Ja. He has the Memphis Grizzlies winning without Ja. It's incredible what he has done with this team. I just think that he has put guys in great spots all year long. Monty Williams, heck of a coach, love him too, but I think it's Taylor Jenkins this year.
All right, Novi, your other awards, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man, and Most Improved. You got right here on the screen, Mikal Bridges of Phoenix, Tyler Hero of Miami, and Ja Morant, Most Improved. Talk to me about these awards you picked.
You know, these guys, they're all so deserving of those awards. And I think, like I was saying, all of these awards are subjective. And so there's other guys in line. But to me, Ja Morant stands out because of where he has this Memphis team as far as being most improved. He is 6'3", and he's leading the league in points in the paint.
That's crazy.
Along with guys like Giannis, Joel Embiid, Jokic, 7 foot, 260-pound guys. And it's by a pretty dramatic amount based on his size. So for me, he's just continued to get better. Got this team in a great spot. And so those other guys, very deserving. Mikal Bridges, the defense he's playing for Phoenix and where they've got that team, it really is outstanding. Tyler Hero, I don't think there's much of a debate on that. He's having a heck of a year off the bench. So we'll see how Miami ends up as well.
My man Novi, and that was the 2022 Novi Awards. Thank you so much, Novi. You're not going anywhere. We're going to wrap this thing up right after the break. New York City, more MSG PM right after this.